So back on the DJI Phantom Vision drone, and essentially had a problem, which is a known common problem with the camera not working, and that's due to corrupted the firmware on the camera itself due to it just sitting and being unpowered for such a long time. The NAND chip ended up corrupting a lot of data, and it happens with SSD2 and computers and stuff. People don't realize you don't want to use them for long-term storage and stuff, because if you leave them unpowered for a few years and stuff, they will corrupt and lose the data on them and stuff like that. They need to be powered on to retain the data in the cells and so forth. But either way it goes, the other problem was I went ahead and flashed the FC200 camera, which you gotta take the whole thing apart, get to the NAND board and stuff like that, solder wires for the transmit, receive, and for power and everything, and then add a jumper to boot the board up. And then you can go ahead and actually download the flash to the NAND chip directly, which is what I did, and the camera is actually working now. But the other problem was the extender. The extender itself wasn't working, and this is the original extender it came with. And you'll see what it does. This is all. I can leave it on for an hour straight, and that light will only blink once in a while. Now, when these are working normally, what will happen is they'll take a few seconds for it to stay not blinking like that at all, and then eventually it'll do a rapid blink until it turns solid and stuff like that, and it's ready for binding. Well, this case here, that's all it's doing, that's all it ever does. So there's something wrong with this extender, and it could be the same problem. It lost its software essentially, or maybe it went to an update and the update wasn't successful and stuff. But either way it goes, this is not functional. So this itself is broken. Now here's the good one. And this is RE700. This is what it should do. So you turn it on, and you see there's no blink. And then it should start the boot process. And that's how you know it's working properly. Now it's booting up, and it should turn a solid green after a while. So we'll go ahead and let it do that. Unless it's in bind mode already. But either way it goes, it should do that, not what the other one was doing essentially. We'll go and see if it turns solid green. It might not, because it might be already in bind mode. Oh, there you go. See, it turns solid green. So once you do that, then you hold the reset button for 10 seconds and stuff, and it should go into binding mode. And then you'll be able to connect it to the Wi-Fi and bind the extender to the actual camera itself, which is what I'm going to do currently right now. But you can see that one's working normally. So I should be able to get that paired to the drone, and we'll have the whole entire camera system working again. So I'm going to go ahead and get the phone ready and all that, and we're going to bind this to that camera and see if we get video on it. So I went ahead and held that reset button till the light flashed off, and then it took about another 20 seconds for it to reboot. So it should be in binding mode, and you can see there right off the bat it picks it up. So we're in good shape there. So all we have to do now is literally connect to it. So it should be able to connect to it. And then there you go, it's connected. And now we should be able to, here, let's go into the DJI Vision app. So we're going to load the app, and it should see it. And you can see there, it sees it there. So we're going to settings, and now we're going to bind it essentially. Alright, right there. And hopefully we'll be able to bind it to the camera now. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, it's going to tell me to, go and add the SSD or to scan the QR code. So I'm going to go and see if I can find it, and I'll be right back once I'm done. So went ahead and scanned the QR code in the box, since it is the original camera that came with the drone and stuff. If it isn't, you will have to use, of course, a network tool to go ahead and scan for hidden networks and stuff. Find the one that goes to the camera itself, and then copy the MAC address, and then put the details directly manually if you don't happen to have the original camera or the QR code for it. Thankfully, I had the original box, so I did. Went ahead and bind, and you can see there, it successfully bind it. And then there's the network. It's connected to the network. So when we hit camera, the camera should pop up after a few seconds. So let's go ahead and see. And there you go. And hopefully we'll get a picture. We already got that. There you go. You got your flight data right there. And you can see it is fully functional. And I can move the drone around, which is what I'm doing right now. And you can see there the camera is fully functional. I'm probably one of the only few that actually has one of these actually working. And then here you go. We'll go ahead and hit the gimbal. The gimbal even works. And yep, it is fully functional. Unfortunately, there was no saving this because I don't know where you would get the software to flash this with. I couldn't find anything online, so I had to buy another extender to get this completed. But it is fully functional. And in the third part of the video, we'll be actually flying this thing, or I'll be flying this thing with the camera and everything fully functional. And because this is RE700, it's going to get better video range as a result versus this one right here. So either way it goes, now the camera is actually functional. Now, another thing that was kind of modern, I did find one of these actually brand new. You can see I have in the box with all the hardware and everything. Is actually a dual axis gimbal that I can actually change the one on this one right here, which is only single axis and stuff like that. That's actually made for that camera, so you know I could always upgrade that if I want to. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and try to keep it original because this is more of a collector's piece now at this point and stuff like that. I mean, you know, I got other drones like my Pro 3 and Pro 4 that's much smaller now. But either way it goes, it's nice to get this old guy going again. I used this actually for quite some time until it eventually stopped working. The battery went bad and stuff like that. And I'm glad that I was able, you know, get a new battery, repair the camera, which I had to go ahead and take the NAND board out completely, use a TTL to USB converter to actually flash the program back on there, and got the camera fully working. And now we got a working extender to go along with it. So here you go. So I'll probably be one of the first ones, at least currently, that I'll be able to fly this thing with a fully working camera with all the original hardware and stuff. So, you know, so watch out for part 3, and this thing will be in the air hopefully.